Rockstar isn't recycling the GTA 5 gang map onto a new city. They're building something rooted in Florida's real criminal geography. Haitian neighborhoods, Cuban family operations, biker convoys running the swamps, and a music industry that might be a front for something else entirely. 3 confirmed criminal networks, at least 4 leaked factions, a wanted system that may already involve corrupt cops on the payroll. Brian Heder runs a smuggling operation out of the Keys. Raul Bautista assembles crews for bank jobs that go catastrophically wrong. Booby Ike and Draquan Priest are running a record label called Only Raw Records, and based on leaked material we'll get to, there's reason to think it might be covering for something else entirely. Underneath all of that leaked material points to a Haitian gang called San For San, controlling entire neighborhoods. A Cuban family operation called the Guardia Brothers, bikers and a militia running the swamps. If even half of this is accurate, Leonida has more criminal factions running simultaneously than any GTA game has ever attempted. Let's start with what Rockstar has actually confirmed. The network we know the most about because it's directly connected to Jason, one of your 2 playable protagonists. Brian Heder runs a drug trafficking operation out of the Leonida Keys. He owns a boatyard that serves as his base, and he's confirmed to be the first character you see in Trailer 2. Jason works for him, doing what Rockstar describes as work-related help in exchange for staying at one of Heder's properties. Heder lives with his wife, Lori Heder, his 3rd wife. We don't know much about her yet, but trailer footage shows her wielding an assault rifle, suggesting she's more involved in the operation than a typical background character would be. Cal Hampton is part of this network too, a friend of Jason's, described by Rockstar as someone with casual paranoia, who spends time monitoring Coast Guard communications. He's an associate of Heder's, and early character analysis suggests he'll function similarly to a comic relief sidekick, think Roman Bellic from GTA 4, but swapped for swamp paranoia instead of bowling. This is a smuggling network, not a street gang. No colors, no territory in the traditional sense. It's organized, low profile, and built around the geography of the Keys. Small islands, shallow water, minimal road access. Exactly the kind of operation that real Florida Keys traffickers have run for decades. Now the second confirmed network, and this one operates completely differently. Booby Ike is described by Rockstar as a Vice City legend, a former street criminal who built himself into a legitimate businessman. Real estate, a strip club called Jack of Hearts, a recording studio. On the surface, he's the rags to riches success story. Underneath, Rockstar makes it clear he's still got his hands in some less than legal activity. Draquan Priest is his partner in the label Only Raw Records. Rockstar's own description calls him more of a hustler than a gangster. Someone who dealt on the streets to survive but always wanted out through music. He used to book talent for Booby's strip club. Now he's chasing a hit record. That hit record is supposed to come from the real Dimas, Bay, Lux, and Roxy, 2 high school friends who built a following through viral content and street smarts. They had one hit single 5 years ago with a local rapper called DWNPLY. Now Draquan has signed them, hoping to recreate that momentum. This is the network most likely to drive GTA 6's music and nightlife missions. It's less about turf and more about influence. Who controls the clubs, who controls the studios, who controls what gets heard. Multiple trailer analyses have connected this network to a deeper criminal element, first referenced in the September 2022 leak, suggesting Only Raw Records may function as a money laundering front, in addition to a legitimate label. Not officially confirmed, but the pattern fits Rockstar's established style legitimate businesses as criminal cover. Third, confirmed network. And this one is built around a very specific criminal specialty. Raul Bautista is described by Rockstar as a seasoned bank robber. Someone, in their own words, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take the risks that bring the biggest rewards. Confident, charming, reckless. The kind of operator who raises the stakes with every job. Trailer 2 shows Raul involved in a shootout alongside Jason and Lucia, strongly suggesting he's the character who recruits them into a major heist. There's also a Fast 5 style clip in the trailer of a heavy-duty truck dragging a bank vault through the streets, widely believed to be Raul's work. This isn't a gang in the traditional sense either. It's a crew assembled for specific scores, built around skill rather than territory or bloodline. Raul finds talent. Raul plans the job. Raul takes the cut. Community analysis of Raul's promotional screenshots has noted that he appears alone in several official images driving alone, framed in compositions that look protagonist-coded, rather than supporting character-coded. Some fans believe this points to Raul having a larger narrative role than a typical mission giver. Worth watching for, but entirely unconfirmed. So here's what we actually know for certain, before we move into leaked and speculative territory. GTA 6 has at least 3 distinct confirmed criminal networks. A smuggling operation in the Keys built around geography and family loyalty. A music industry front in Vice City built around legitimate business as cover. And a heist crew built around skill and opportunity rather than territory. None of these are structured like GTA 5's Ballas or families. No colors, no confirmed turf claims, no street-level territorial conflict described in any official Rockstar material so far. That's a meaningfully different criminal structure than what longtime fans are used to. And it raises the exact question we're going to answer properly later in this video. Is GTA 6 moving away from the street gang format entirely? Or are we just looking at the characters Rockstar chose to reveal first? Because the leak material tells a very different story. Now we move into leaked territory. Everything from this point forward is not officially confirmed by Rockstar, but it comes from sources credible enough to take seriously. San 4 San, sometimes written S4S, first surfaced in the September 2022 Rockstar leak. Trailer 1 and Trailer 2 have since added supporting visual evidence. A character wearing a necklace with what appears to be a gang emblem in Trailer 1, and in Trailer 2, graffiti reading San 4 San, clearly visible on a wall, as Jason drives past the police arrest scene. The surrounding mural art is strongly tied to Haitian cultural imagery. Community analysts widely believe San 4 San is the spiritual successor to the Haitian gang. From the original 2002 Vice City territorial, controlling Haitian-dominated neighborhoods, and according to leaked debug data, allegedly involved in drugs, underground deals, and even street-level sneaker trading as a side operation. If this is accurate, San 4 San is the closest thing GTA 6 has to a classic street gang in the GTA 5 sense. Territory, colors, community roots, a direct callback to Vice City's original Haitian faction, modernized for 2026. Next, the Cuban side of Leonida's underworld. Multiple leak analyses reference a faction called the Guardia Brothers, described as a Cuban family operation with mafia-style roots, allegedly active in the northern parts of the map. The structure described resembles a family business more than a street gang, hierarchical, blood-tied, operating through legitimate business fronts. This connects to a broader, more general expectation across the GTA 6 league community, frequently referred to as the Cuban connection, controlling a Little Havana-style district with legitimate business fronts masking ongoing criminal operations. This would be a direct callback to the original 2002 Vice City, which featured a Cuban gang controlling similar territory, expected to be portrayed with significantly more nuance this time around. If San 4 San and the Guardia Brothers are both accurate, you're looking at a rivalry structure that echoes Vice City's 2002 Haitian versus Cuban conflict, except built on Rockstar's most advanced world simulation systems ever, rather than PS2 era scripted encounters. Now rural Leonida, because the criminal landscape doesn't stop at the city limits. Trailer footage shows a biker convoy moving through the Grass Rivers region. Leaked data references at least one outlaw motorcycle club, controlling highways and rural territory, consistent with names like the Final Chapter MC referenced across multiple leak compilations, alongside speculation about returning names like the Angels of Death from previous GTA titles. Separately, and this is the one that's drawn the most attention, the 2022 leak referenced a right-wing militia group operating in Leonida. Trailer 2 includes a sequence in the Grass Rivers showing armed individuals standing over alligator carcasses, loading them into a truck, then fleeing from police. The framing strongly implies the alligator hunting is cover for something else. Community theories range from illegal wildlife trafficking to using the swamp routes for drug transport, similar to how the real Everglades have historically been used for exactly that kind of concealment. Nothing officially confirmed, but the visual storytelling is deliberate enough that it's clearly building towards something. A separate, more corporate-coded faction referenced across leak compilations is sometimes called the Maddox Syndicate, a white-collar operation allegedly running money laundering and real estate fraud out of downtown Vice City, high-rises. If accurate, this would be Leonida's answer to organized, boardroom-level crime, the polished counterpart to the street, and swamp-level operations. And one more layer, the leaks consistently point to corruption inside the institutions that are supposed to stop all of this. Leak story details and trailer analysis suggest corrupt elements within the Vice City Police Department play a meaningful role in Leonida's ecosystem. Dirty cops, bought judges, and politicians on the take, all woven into the world, rather than existing as a separate side system. This tracks with everything Rockstar has confirmed about the broader tone of GTA 6, a state where the line between criminal and institutional power is intentionally blurred. It also tracks with the real history of Florida during the Cocaine Cowboys era, where law enforcement corruption was a well-documented part of how the drug trade operated as efficiently as it did. What we do know for certain, Rockstar has built a tiered wanted system, with police response scaling based on witness reports, clothing descriptions, and vehicle identification. If corrupt officials are part of that ecosystem, as the leaks suggest, that adds an entirely new layer of strategy, knowing which officers can be paid off versus which ones are playing it straight. Before we land the final argument, quick refresher on what GTA 5 actually built, because the comparison only works if we're precise about it. The families controlled Chamberlain Hills, Strawberry, and Carson Avenue green colors, based heavily on the real-world Crips, and notably disorganized, splitting into smaller competing sets that fought each other almost as much as they fought outsiders. The Ballas controlled Davis and Grove Street purple colors, based on the Bloods, far more structured, with serious influence over the drug trade. Grove Street specifically was a gut punch for longtime fans, since it was CJ's home turf in San Andreas, now controlled by their rivals. Beyond the green-purple rivalry, GTA 5 had the Vagos in yellow, controlling Rancho and running guns and narcotics, the Marabunta Grande in light blue clashing with the Vagos, and Trevor Phillips Enterprises controlling the meth and weapons trade across rural Blaine County alongside outlaw biker clubs at war with Trevor in the desert. That's a fully territorial system. Colors, claimed blocks, scripted turf conflict, and a clear visual language the player learns to read within the first few hours. Now compare that to everything we've just covered in Leonida. What's confirmed Brian Hedda's smuggling network, the Only Raw Records crew, Raul's heist operation. None of them are territorial street gangs. They're criminal businesses. Specialized, built around an industry, drugs, music, robbery, rather than a claimed block of city blocks. What's leaked, San for San, the Guardia brothers, the bikers, the militia, these DO sound more like classic territorial factions, closer to the GTA 5 model. Colors, neighborhoods, generational roots. Here's the pattern worth paying attention to. Every confirmed character Rockstar has officially revealed is connected to a specialized criminal operation. Every leaked faction sounds like a traditional territorial gang. That split might not be a coincidence. My read is that Rockstar revealed the protagonist adjacent characters first because they're central to the main story, header, Only Raw Records, Raul. The territorial gangs, San for San, the Cubans, the bikers, exist as the world's background ecosystem, the Leonida equivalent of the Ballas and families, providing texture, side content, and environmental conflict the player witnesses and can choose to engage with, rather than core narrative figures. If that's accurate, GTA 6 isn't abandoning the GTA 5 territorial gang model. It's running two systems simultaneously, a tight, character-driven criminal narrative at the center, and a broader, more ambient gang ecosystem operating in the world around it. Rockstar just dropped the full list of exclusive vehicles coming with GTA 6's Ultimate Edition and the Vintage Vice City pre-order pack. Cheetah, Dominator, Squalo. Cool names, but means nothing if you don't know what you're actually looking at, or what these things tell you about the game. Every exclusive vehicle, what it's based on in real life, and what each one actually says about how Leonida is built as a world. Let's go. Start with the free one, the car everyone gets just for pre-ordering. The 1955 Vapid Stanier. Classic two-door, white wall tires, yellow and white two-tone paint. Comes with a garage in Ocean Beach and has a built-in weapon locker and a secret compartment for storing stolen goods. Real life? This is basically a 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air. One of the most recognizable American cars ever, made the kind of thing you'd see outside a 1950s diner. Vapid is Rockstar's version of Ford, but the Stanier has always been their catch-all classic American sedan. In GTA 5 it was a cop car. In GTA 6, the 1955 version is the civilian classic, and it looks genuinely clean from the screenshots. Worth pre-ordering for? Honestly, the car itself probably isn't the reason, but it's free with any pre-order on either edition, so you're not leaving money on the table by grabbing it. One detail worth noting, the secret compartment for storing stolen goods. That's not a cosmetic feature. That implies the car has actual in-game utility for stashing things during missions. Small detail, but it tells you something about how Rockstar has thought about these vehicles beyond just how they look. Now the one everyone's talking about, the headline car of the whole Ultimate Edition. The 1995 Grotti Cheetah. Grotti is Rockstar's version of Ferrari, and the Cheetah has been in GTA games going all the way back to the original Vice City in 2002. The real-life car this is based on has actually been a point of debate online. A lot of people said Ferrari F355, but based on the official screenshots and Rockstar's own description, calling it an ode to shore drive, this is almost certainly closer to the Ferrari Testarossa. Wide rear, flat roof, the classic 80S into 90S Italian supercar shape. The Cheetah in the original 2002 Vice City was always the Testarossa stand-in, and this version is deliberately bringing that back. Rockstar's description says it becomes available in the later stages of the story, so you're not getting it from day one. It unlocks as you progress through the campaign. That's an interesting design choice. It means the Ultimate Edition vehicles aren't just handed to you, they're woven into the story as rewards. Visually, from the screenshots, it's white with a red stripe. It looks exactly like what it's supposed to be, the dream car of that era, rebuilt for the biggest GTA ever made. Next, the one that tells you the most about Leonida's actual geography. The 1967 Vapid Dominator buggy. Off-road focused, built for Mount Calaga and the backwoods of Leonida. Comes with the Paradise Garage and Watson Bay weapon locker included, plus a secure place to deposit stolen goods. Vapid Dominator in GTA has always been based on the Ford Mustang. The 1967 Mustang is one of the most iconic muscle cars ever built. But the buggy variant means Rockstar has taken that base and turned it into a proper off-road build, lifted suspension, off-road tires, the kind of thing you'd see in a Baja racing setup rather than a drag strip. There's a crew in the game called the Mud Club, referenced specifically in Dominator Buggy screenshots, who are obsessed with trucks and off-road racing. The buggy is your ticket into that world. And here's the detail that stood out to me in the screenshots. Mud deformation, grime building up naturally on the bumper, dust on the tires and doors, mud splatter on the windshield that leaves dirty marks when you use the wipers. That level of detail for a vehicle that most players probably won't spend their whole game in. It tells you something about how obsessive Rockstar has been with the finer things. Dinka Enduro motorcycle and Crest kayak. These two come as a pair at Jason's safe house. The Dinka Enduro Army Fatigue colored green military-styled off-road motorcycle. Dinka is Rockstar's Honda. An Enduro is a proper off-road bike, road legal but built for rough terrain. Think Honda CRF or similar. Not a cruiser, not a street bike. Something you'd actually take through the Leonida Keys waterways or up into the Mount Calaga trails. The Crest kayak comes with it, orange. Stored at Jason's safe house. A kayak in GTA, that's new. And this is where it gets interesting. Leonida's geography is full of waterways and channels that a normal boat can't reach, the Keys especially. A kayak gives you access to areas that would otherwise be inaccessible, which suggests Rockstar has actually built those smaller waterways as real explorable spaces rather than just background detail. Both of these are lifestyle additions more than performance vehicles, but they're telling you what Leonida actually looks like, a place where off-road bikes and kayaks make sense alongside supercars and speedboats. Now the most interesting vehicle in the whole package from a world-building standpoint, the Shih Tzu Squalo. Gradient pink and blue paint, docked at Washington Beach, comes with an explosives-laden weapons crate on board. Shih Tzu is Rockstar's Kawasaki, usually associated with fast, aggressive watercraft. The Squalo name has been in GTA games before as a high-speed speedboat. But here's what's new about this one. Rockstar's official description specifically mentions casting in Gambit Bay and reeling in catches of all sorts. There's also scuba gear visible in the screenshots on the same boat. Fishing in GTA for the first time. That single line in the description opens up a whole chain of things. An inventory system that can hold fish, potentially cooking or selling mechanics, underwater exploration with the scuba gear. This isn't just a boat. It's Rockstar signaling that GTA 6 is building proper outdoor activity systems the same way Red Dead Redemption 2 did. And then there are screenshots of Jason and Lucia and the Squalo getting chased by a police boat and a helicopter simultaneously. So it's not just for fishing. It's a proper combat vehicle too, which is why the weapons crate with explosives is built in. A boat that fishes, dives and gets into firefights. One more technically not a separate vehicle but worth covering. The Vapid Ganado is Jason's pickup truck, his personal vehicle that he has from the start of the game. The Ultimate Edition gives you an exclusive retro mod kit for it, cap spoiler, rear aerials, a special livery, essentially turning his worn-in pickup into a classic lowrider adjacent build. Vapid Ganado is based on the Ford F-Series, the most common truck in America. The fact that Jason drives a beat-up pickup as his personal vehicle says everything about his character. He's not living flashy, he's working. The Retro Build mod kit is your chance to make it actually look good while keeping that character-accurate feel. So that's every confirmed exclusive vehicle in GTA 6 right now. The Stanier is a clean classic and it's free. The Cheetah is the obvious standout, the Ferrari Testarossa throwback that Vice City fans have been waiting for since 2002. The Dominator Buggy is the off-road muscle car that fills a gap no GTA has properly addressed before. The Enduro and Kayak offer exploration in the smaller parts of the map. And the Squalo is the most feature-rich vehicle in the whole package. Fishing, diving, combat, all in one boat. Are the vehicles alone worth the extra $20 for the Ultimate Edition? Drop your answer below. And if there's a car on this list you'd actually use the most, let me know that too. Vice City is back. This is modern Vice City, 2026. A completely rebuilt version of Miami with 20 years of Rockstar technology behind it. And based on everything they've shown so far, it's the most detailed city they've ever put in a game. Rockstar themselves described it as the glamour, hustle, and greed of America captured in a single city. That's their own quote. And from the trailers, the screenshots, and everything that's come out since pre-orders opened, they might actually be telling the truth this time. This video covers every confirmed location, every confirmed region, the real-world places Rockstar based each one on, and what the community has pieced together beyond that. Before we get into Vice City specifically, you need to understand what Leonida actually is. Because Vice City is not the whole map, it's part of the map. GTA 6 is set in the fictional state of Leonida, Rockstar's version of Florida. Rockstar confirmed this in their own announcement. Grand Theft Auto 6 heads to the state of Leonida, home to the neon-soaked streets of Vice City and beyond. Vice City is the main city, but Leonida wraps around it with 5 other confirmed regions, each one completely different from the last. The 6 confirmed regions are Vice City, the Leonida Keys, the Grass Rivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, and Mount Calaga National Park. Rockstar released official descriptions for all 6 alongside the pre-order announcement. Think about what that actually means compared to GTA 5. GTA 5 had Los Santos and then Blaine County, basically a city and a desert. GTA 6 has a full Miami-scale city, a Florida Keys island chain, an Everglades-style swamp, an industrial coastal city, a rural interior region, and a national park with a mountain in it, all in the same game. Fan mapping projects based on trailers and screenshots suggest the overall map is somewhere between 1.5 to 2 times the size of GTA 5's map. Rockstar hasn't put an official number on it, so that's a community estimate, not a confirmed figure. But the range of confirmed regions alone tells you it's going to be massive. Now let's go through each one. Vice City is where the game lives. It's where Jason and Lucia operate, where most of the confirmed story content is set, and based on the trailers, where Rockstar has put most of its detail work. Rockstar's official description of the city. We're a long way from the 80s, but Vice City is still the sun and fun capital of America. Each neighborhood has something to offer, from the pastel Art Deco hotels and bright white sands of Ocean Beach, to the bustling panaderias of Little Cuba and the bootleg brands of the Tishawaka Flea Market, out to the VC Port, the cruise ship capital of the world. That's a lot of specific detail in one paragraph. Let's go through what we know about each area. Ocean Beach is Vice City's South Beach. Pastel Art Deco hotels, white sand, packed tourist strip. The famous crowded beach from Trailer 1 is set here. It's based on Miami's real Ocean Drive, one of the most photographed streets in America. The screenshots show it looking almost one-to-one with the real thing: neon signs, vintage hotels, beach chairs, tourists. This one is confirmed directly by Rockstar in their own description. Just north of that sits the main neon-lit nightlife strip, busiest bar and hotel rows, glowing beachfront. Multiple trailer shots come from here. Rockstar hasn't officially named this district yet. Community mapping has identified it from trailer analysis, so treat the name as unofficial for now. Downtown Vice City is the financial core. Aerial shots in Trailer 2 show dense glass towers and elevated highways heavily inspired by Miami's Brickell district. The most intense urban mission content is expected here. Not officially named yet, but clearly visible in multiple trailer frames. Little Cuba is confirmed directly by Rockstar in their official description, based on Miami's Little Havana. Cuban-American cultural imagery, architecture, panaderias, confirmed as an active part of the city with its own criminal element tied to the story. La Perle is based on Miami's Little Haiti. Trailer footage shows Haitian-themed murals across walls in this neighborhood. This is where San 4, San Gang activity is expected to operate. Not officially named by Rockstar, community identified it through trailer analysis. Stockyard is based on Miami's Wynwood Arts District. A car meet is visible here in Trailer 1. Large murals, converted industrial buildings, street art. Rockstar highlighted the Wynwood-style area in one of their pre-order screenshots, not officially called Stockyard yet, but widely identified by the community. The VC Port is confirmed directly by Rockstar, the cruise ship capital of the world in their words. Industrial docklands, cargo shipping, cruise terminals, based on Miami's real port area. Beyond these, community mapping projects have identified over 20 distinct neighborhoods in Vice City from trailer and screenshot analysis alone. The GTA Forum's Vice City mapping thread has been running for months and is approaching 11,000 posts. These are not confirmed by Rockstar, but the level of detail the community has mapped out is genuinely impressive. One specific detail from the pre-order screenshots a functional tram system running through Vice City, including a stop at the airport. That's something no GTA game has had before. Public transit you can actually ride. Now out of the city and into the water. The Leonida Keys. Rockstar's official description. The dress code is casual, the bars are loaded. Life in this tropical archipelago isn't flashy, but it's easy. Get your buzz on and pull up a deck chair. But look out, you are right on the doorstep of some of the most beautiful and dangerous waters in all of America. Based on the real Florida Keys. Small islands connected by long bridges over turquoise water. This is where Jason lives at the start of the game, working for Brian Hedder's drug smuggling operation out of a boatyard. Jason and Lucia's starting apartment is confirmed to be in this area, as seen in Trailer 2. Fan mapping suggests the Keys stretch further east than early estimates showed multiple connected islands linked by the kind of long, flat bridges you'd recognize from the real Florida Keys. The community has identified what appears to be multiple distinct fishing spots, waterfront bars, and small marinas along the route. That's not officially confirmed, but it matches the geography closely. This is the region where the kayak and the squallow boat from the Ultimate Edition make the most sense. Too many channels and shallow waterways for a big vehicle. You're getting around slowly, exploring properly. Next, the one that looks completely different from everything else on the map. The Grass Rivers. Rockstar's official description, the untamable jewel of Leonida's crown. You never know what lies beneath the surface of this primordial expanse. The gators may be the most famous attraction, but there are far deadlier predators and weirder discoveries among the mangroves. This is Rockstar's Everglades. Swamp, mangroves, gators, things described as weirder discoveries, which could mean anything from hidden criminal operations to genuinely bizarre Florida encounters. Trailer 2 includes a sequence here showing armed individuals around alligator carcasses, loading them into a truck. The biker convoy from the Ultimate Edition Dominator buggy description is confirmed to operate in this region. The mudclap referenced in the official buggy screenshots is active here. Based on fan-match trailer footage and Rockstar's own screenshots, confirmed animals in the grass drivers include alligators, deer, and various birds. Rockstar describes far deadlier predators beyond gators, which the community has taken to mean either panthers or something else entirely. 3 more confirmed regions, each one a completely different vibe. Port Gellhorn. Rockstar's official description calls it Leonida's Forgotten West Coast. Official artwork shows abandoned attractions, industrial docks, truck stops, motels, warehouses, and working rail lines. Based on Tampa's real industrial port area. This is the rundown. Working class side of Leonida. No beaches, no neon, just industry and decay. Community analysis of Trailer 2 sequences showing dockyard operations and large industrial infrastructure suggests Port Gellhorn is where some of the game's heist content plays out. That's not confirmed, just what the trailer footage points toward. Ambrosia. Rockstar's description. The battle for the health and wealth of Leonida begins here. In the heart of Leonida, American industry and old-school values still reign supreme, whatever the cost. The Allied Crystal Sugar Refinery provides the jobs, while the local biker gang provides almost everything else. Based on the real sugarcane industry, towns of Central Florida, rural, inland, flats. A sugar refinery as the economic anchor with a biker gang running everything else underneath it. Sounds like exactly the kind of corrupt small-town Florida atmosphere that real Florida actually produces. Mount Calaga National Park, the highest point on the map. A national park with a proper mountain, something entirely new for GTA. The Dominator buggy is specifically marketed around this region. Community mapping suggests this is where the map reaches its northwest point: dense forest, mountain trails, wildlife, and what appears to be a resort area at higher elevation. Different enough from everything else on the map that it almost feels like a separate game zone. Now the stuff most videos aren't covering. 700 plus enterable interiors. In GTA 5, you could walk into maybe a handful of buildings that mattered. 700 enterable buildings changes how the whole city feels. You're not running around the backdrop anymore, you're actually inside it. This figure has come from multiple credible sources. Rockstar hasn't put an official number on it yet, but it's widely treated as accurate. A functional Vice City Metro, a tram system that stops at multiple points across the city, including the airport. You can ride it. Public transit in GTA for the first time. That's in the confirmed pre-order screenshots. Vice City International Airport confirmed from trailer footage and pre-order screenshots. Likely functions as a fast travel point between regions. Dynamic weather that actually affects gameplay, not just visual rain, but hurricanes, flooding, weather events that change how you move through the world and potentially affect the economy. This comes from leaked footage and multiple credible source reports. Not officially confirmed by Rockstar, but credible enough to mention. Marine wildlife visible in trailers and screenshots. Dolphins, sharks, sea turtles, flamingos, pelicans. The dolphins were in the very first trailer, and based on the scuba gear visible in the Squallow Boat screenshots, you're actually going underwater to interact with some of it. Shipwrecks and underwater exploration based on the confirmed scuba gear and community analysis of underwater trailer frames. Multiple potential dive sites identified in the Keys region. Not confirmed, but the gear is there for a reason. One more thing worth knowing exists, even if you shouldn't build expectations around it: Gloriana State. A license plate with that name is visible in trailer footage. Some community members have theorized there's a second playable state connected to Leonida. Rockstar has said nothing about this. It's there, it's real, what it means is completely unknown. So that's the full picture of what we know. Vice City at the center, Ocean Beach, Little Cuba, the port, the neon nightlife strip, the financial district, a tram system. 5 other regions wrapped around it: the Keys, the swamps, the industrial coast, the sugar country, and a national park with a mountain. 700 enterable buildings, dynamic weather, dolphins, public transit, underwater exploration. And Rockstar saying it's the biggest, most immersive world they've ever built, which, coming from the studio that made Red Dead Redemption 2, is not a small claim. Which region are you going to explore first when the game drops November 19th? Drop it below.